Hello and welcome back to day 6. Oh my gosh, I can't believe it's here already. Anyway, we are going to be doing this one here. And what's unique about this one is I tried a new technique. I don't know, somebody else may have done it out there, but it's new to me. And what I'm calling it is Gesso PRess. So if you're interested to see it, actually created this and this one. So this one will be used another time. I used the main colors here are dried Marigold and Blueprint Sketch Oxide sprays. And then the stamp image is an all and create number 43. And the die cut, this is I think Funky Wreaths. So yeah, we have a really fun day. A couple cool things happen, and be sure to, if you like what you see, be sure to subscribe and hit the notifications and like the video. And if there's ever any questions, be sure to just reach out. I'm willing to answer them. So thank you and have a blessed day. Okay, so this is how I cut. This is a mixed media. This is an 8.5 by 11, so I just wanted to show how I cut for index card to get the most. So this is waist, so is this and this. But this cutout, I'm getting 5, and there's, you know, the most possible cards I can get from the 8.5 by 11. Let's get started, shall we? I've got a mixed media card here in an index size 3.5 by 5 and the cheapy dollar store one. And what we're going to start with, getting a base layer of ink. Getting a base layer of ink down. This step probably isn't necessary, but I like to do it. So my plate is dirty, and that's okay. And tie-dye is close enough, in my opinion, to dried Marigold. And again, like I said, we're just adding some ink down, so then that way the oxides will move. And I am leaving the ink on my brayer. So let's get some spray going on here. Let's see, I'm going to put it in the splat box so I don't waste any of this spray or the oxide. And I'm just going to spray it. Oop, I didn't clean off my top. And I love this, the distressed marigold, or the dried marigold. I didn't really actually use it until I got it in the oxide spray, because it ends up doing these awesome things with the blue. I want to go real heavy, so that should be good. And then let me just grab a print, something to clean up my gel press. And this is just to clean up. Same with back here. And then that way nothing goes to waste, because I do use these cleanup sheets. Okay, that's good enough. Let's put this to the side. And I'm just going to continue working on this. Why not? So what I want to do is, first I want to get a layer of heavy gesso down. A fair amount, just because we're going to be pressing it into the piece that we just sprayed. I still have the ink on this brayer, so it's going to add a little bit of color to this gesso. Oops, catching the edge there. Okay, here we go, cleaning my brayer. And then what we're going to do now, let's bring this back. I've got some clean water here. Well, somewhat clean. Let me get these brushes out of here. And I am just going to flick some water on there, on both pieces. Okay, just like that. And then give it a sec to start to react. And then I'm going to press this together like this. Press so there's connection or contact, like so, and then just lift. Isn't that just so cool? Now I'm also going to, on the tip of my, oh my hands are filthy, on the tip of my Princeton, there's a bit of a tip. So I'm just going to go in here and make some marks. Just 'cause. Maybe some X's, some O's, some squiggly. All right. And then I'm going to dry this. Okay, so there we go. These are all dry. Let's bring back the gel plate because I did not dry it on there. I know I stopped it and it was on there, but I moved the gel plate. So now what we're going to do is we're going to add some black gesso to this, and I think I'm going to put it on the my plate first. I'm not using much at all. This is like very minimal. Your black here is going to stand out quite a bit. Okay, like so. And then let's just, I have these little bags from the dollar store. So again, I'm just going to get some of this on there. And you'll see what I'll do with that in a minute. So let's press this in here, and it's going to be the same thing only with the black. So this is still wet. So let's go in with some water. And then here. And then press. And you know, look at the back. The back is just as cool too. So it all depends on if the other side doesn't quite turn out, then this side can. And now at this point, because I've got those little, let me get this cleaned up. Sorry, I'm not a big waste person. Because even if I don't use these cleanups, at least I have them to make the option to, right? Instead of just wiping it away. Okay, so now you have the option, while this is still pretty wet, to let it drip, move it around, or this little piece, this little bag that I had, what we can do now too is add some lines. There's too much on there. And this is Dan, I can't think of his last name, Dan Terrells. He does this, and I just love the look of it. Okay, so I like that. Let's get cleaned up here a little bit, close my things. And we can also, I want a little bit, break this up a little bit more, and because the gesso's on there, we have the option, a little bit more time to play around. So let's get some water on there and make another, and I'm liking that. Let's get some of this sludge. Okay, let's get this dried. It's always going to look a little different when it's dried. And maybe even I want to press out a little bit more of that big black spot. There we go. I'm liking that. Actually, why don't we go in and... Okay, so these are dry, and what I decided to do is I'm going to end up probably cutting down this one and adding it to here, but I wanted an accent piece of blue. So I'm going to do the same process minus the black in the blueprint sketch and chip sapphire. So I'm going to fast forward through this, enjoy the music, and I'll be back in a minute. Okay, so these are all dry, and oh my gosh, it's going to be hard to cut these up, but because these could be another background another time too, because look at how when I added, if you notice the purple bottle, the alcohol, I did that because it was just so wet. I thought, let's get a little bit more, you know, interest and texture in here. So I sprayed because the alcohol will soak up that water right away. And did you see how it turned purple? It was pretty cool. But so these could be an extra, and then I needed to splat it because, yeah, it just needed to be broken up a little bit more. But I think it turned out pretty darn cool. And I'd like to keep them just for separate, but I'm just going to continue with my thoughts. So I decided I like these. These are new to me. The AA, the All, and Create. This one is number 43. And I'm going to stamp this and using the stamp platform because I don't know how, I've never used these before, this brand. So fast forward through this because I do have other, you know, I talk about the different tips with stamping. So I'm going to fast forward through this. Okay, and so there we have it, and it's available, or this one's available for another time. So yeah, it turned out pretty cool, didn't it? I think so. And that would look great on, let's just, yeah, it'd look great even like on a tag, a manila tag. Doing something up here, or even white. Look at how it looks on that white. It just really pops, doesn't it? Let's see, let's show you a black tag. This is a really big one, but it'll give you an idea. And this is what it would look like on black. So yeah, a lot of possibilities with that. And I really like that technique. It's called, I'm going to call it Gesso PRess. And so you'll probably see it in quite a few of my next videos. And so be sure to subscribe, grab that little bell so you get notifications. I'm hoping to do them every day, but who knows, there might be a day or two in between some of them. And like the video if you like what you see. And also, if you're going to do and try any of these, please do hashtag ICAD with me.